Hi guys, welcome to another session of Iron Chemist. Today we're going to look at some glute training, firming up those buttocks, especially for the female athletes. We're going to focus mostly on the Gluteus Maximus, the big unique muscle of the buttocks there, but also going to focus a little bit on the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and the other two muscles of the gluteus, the medius and the minimus. If you look at the Gluteus Maximus, it's very important in terms of stabilization of the hip joint. It's also from flexion and extension. So once you're in a seated position and you're flexed and you get up from the extension, imperative in that. Also running, sprinting, climbing, all of those actions where you got flexion and extension of a leg. If you look at the other two muscles, the medius and the minimus, they tie in on the ilium, on the hip, and a greater trochanter of a femur on the upper leg. And they got a supportive action, especially on abduction, so the outward movement of the legs. For today's training, we don't need a lot. We need some dumbbells, some elastic bands, and some step-ups. So guys, let's get to it. Our next exercise is a goblet squat. Squat is always very important for developing the gluteal area. I tend to favor a goblet squat, especially to start with. It's a front-loaded system. It tends to help you keep your spine upright and have less impact on the lower back. So I've got Desiree assisting me. We're going to mimic a big wine goblet. We're going to hold it like that in a vertical position. She's going to put it snug against the chest. She's going to drop down, breathe in, stabilize her core, and exhale as she goes up. Always important not to look down and curve your spine. So always look straight forward. And another one, please, Desiree. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, the feet wide to lessen the impact on the knees and the lower back. So she have a wide stance and the toes outward, also to lessen impact on the knees. Ideal for this would be about 3 to 4 sets of about 10 to 15 reps. For leg training, we tend to favor a higher rep range than the upper body. So normally we would finish at about 15 reps. Guaranteed to put your quads, your hamstrings and your gluteal muscles to a firm burn. Our next exercise is a Bulgarian split squat. The primary muscles innervated here would be the Gluteus Maximus and the quadriceps, but there's some supportive stabilizer muscles, the Gluteus Medius Minimus and the hamstrings. So I'm going to ask Desiree to elevate the leg on a bench behind her. Imperative when she executes the exercise is to drive down through the hips. So you're not going to lean forward on the front leg. Also imperative for this that the knee does not go over the toes, not too far over or neither too far behind. So basically it's going to be parallel to the toes. She's going to drive down through the hip. As she gets up, she's also not going to lean back on the front leg. So it's literally that flexion and extension that we spoke about from the Gluteus Maximus. So she's going to have optimal stimulation on the Gluteus Maximus. So going from flexion to extension. So if Desiree can illustrate, please. She's going to drop down and up again. So as she drives down through the hip, I can literally fold my hand into her hip and she will close it over. So there's no leaning forward. Breathe in on the way down to stabilize the core and breathe out. There we go. Ideal for this again would be about 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Next exercise is dumbbell step-ups. The primary muscles worked again would be the hamstrings, the quadriceps and the Gluteus Maximus. Just a few pointers. If you're too far behind and you step up, you're going to hinge at the hips and lean forward, which is not ideal. So in closer proximity to your step up, drive through the leg, keep your head and your chest up. Inhale and exhale on execution. If you struggle with some knee injuries, can be painful sometimes, so then I would recommend alternate. So you step up left down, right up and right down. But my favorite still, keeping one leg, driving through and execute from there. Again, about 10 reps per leg and about 3 to 4 sets would be ideal. A great exercise with a bit of cardiovascular innervation as well. Our next exercise is a unilateral glute bridge. I'm going to ask Desiree to lay down, stabilize her hands against the sides. She's going to pull the anchored leg close to the buttocks as she can. Extend the other leg, it's basically just as an indicator, halfway between the knee and the ground. She's going to post with a hamstring and the gluteal muscles. That's the primary muscles worked in here. She's going to post up and down again. So it's basically where the hamstring ties into the gluteal muscles. That's the primary area worked and down again. As she posts up, you can see that everything is aligned again. So the legs, the knees, the hip and the shoulder all forms a straight line and down again. You basically focus on driving this anchored leg into the ground. So you're basically just stepping with his leg into the ground, driving it as hard as into the ground as you can and relax again. And she's going to switch over, pull this leg in, extend the other leg and post up on that leg again and relaxing again. Any pain or discomfort in the lower back, you're not doing this right. Our next exercise is a banded glute bridge. We use an elastic band, we fold it over on itself, we slide it over the legs, we cross it over the knees. Okay, Desiree is going to lie down. Space the feet quite wide apart to exert tension on the elastic band. So you're innervating those abductors on the inner side of the leg. She's going to bring the feet back towards the buttocks. Where this differs from your traditional pelvic thrust, there's no bar with weights on the pelvic area and there's no chance of damage to the lower lumbar area. Also differs from a hip thrust because the back is not elevated. So what she's going to do, contract those gluteal muscles, those buttocks, post up. Contract the glutes for about 3 seconds, so literally focus on squeezing those glutes together for 3 seconds and post down again. Imperative with doing this, if she executes again, you can see the knees, the hips and the shoulders are all aligned. And down again. If you feel any pain or discomfort in your lower back, you're not doing it right. Just once more please, exerting pressure on the elastic band, squeezing the glutes together for about 3 seconds, posting down again. This is brilliant for creating the burn in those buttocks. Another 3 to 4 sets, about 10 reps. Enjoy. Thanks for watching I'm Chemist Glute Training. If you like this video, please go and smash that subscribe button. Leave us any comments on any exercises you would like to see in future. And see you next time, guys.